So we're back. We've been gone for some period of time. Not exactly sure how long. I'd have to check the YouTube channel, and I don't want to. We podcasted. Things have happened. It is January 1st, 2024.
Indeed. It is the second day for me, so.
Hey, it's 9:11 p.m. Never forget.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but sure.
It's goofy 9/11 joke, you know?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, no. I don't know. Not a lot. I mean, we talked a little bit yesterday. I got the RX-7 back. So because it couldn't start after it rained, I expected rainwater was getting in somewhere based on the vented hood. So I took the old hood off, or I guess I took the vented hood off and put the old OEM hood on. Mm-hmm. And I took it to a garage to have them try and diagnose it. They waited till after a heavy rain, and with the new hood on, the non-vented one, it started right up. So it's rainwater got in somewhere. That's really about it. It still does a weird fluctuating RPM, like 500 RPM. It'll fluctuate up and down until it warms up. That just recently started, but I don't know if they thought that was normal or what, but they were just like, yeah, no, it's good. So.
I mean,
at this point, I'm not about to take it back in and be like, hey, can you look again? Because, they had it for a week and they didn't charge me anything. So that's kind of nice of them.
Of course, how much of that week were they actually, messing with it, trying to diagnose it?
That I don't know. But, I mean, even if they charge me, a couple hundred and they're like, yeah, we worked on it for this long, it's I don't have video to be like, no, you didn't. I just have to trust them.
I can't prove you wrong.
Yeah. So, yep. So, besides that, mainly I told you about the Honda Moto Compo I was looking at getting probably sometime this year. Little 50cc little
50cc
suitcase
used to come in the back of the Honda City.
So,
they're
I might end up.
Thing.
Right now, the RX-7 is slated to go back in June, July with one of my coworkers because I don't have any mechanics. I really trust with a rotary engine, so it's...
Yeah. Like I said, I'll do my best to be ready to pick that up, But
I appreciate it. I mean, I'll
rent a U-Haul trailer and bring it home. I'll clear space in the garage, and it can sit in the garage.
I appreciate it. I mean, if it has to sit outside, that's fine. I'm not really that worried. It's already rusty at this point, so the more of us ain't going to do anything.
So is my Raptor. My Raptor's got rust, but...
Yeah.
I know, not the end of the world. It's got some rust, but it did bum me out to see that...
Yeah.
What to me, even though it is a 12-year-old truck now, what to me is still a brand new truck because it's the newest thing I've ever owned. It does look really good. Probably ever will. And I just, when I open the back doors and I crouch down and I look at the rocker panels, there's rust coming through there. And I'm like, no. Would be the place most trucks always rust out too. But, I mean, you and I talked about that, and it's I've cut and welded a lot of body panels on old trucks already. It's probably not much different on a new one. And
I can't imagine. As long as you, make sure when you cut it out, investigate any underneath panels to make sure it's not anywhere else. That way you're not just...
Yeah.
You don't miss any of it. You just get it all out. Kind of like what the guy did in that fucking Datsun video. Because he cut a piece off and then there was more rust and then... he tapped it in other parts of the body that were more prone to rust, and the top wasn't rusted, but then he cut that out, and then underneath was bad rusted. So it's just a full investigation.
Water intrusion is just one of those things. it's like, oh, it's got expensive paint and I'll have to repaint it. And it's like, well, you know, the whole thing kind of needs repainted anyway. I mean, somebody still makes the paint. They still make the decals. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, that's an eventually thing. It's baby rust, you know, and it's not horrible. And, yeah, I've got like years before there's holes in the floor. So, I mean,
more than enough time that we'll be fine. I mean, because by that point, we'll definitely have a place to store it inside that it'll be fine. And you won't have to daily drive it. You'll have plenty of different cars you can go and, you know.
Daily drivers. I told you before, and we looked at a couple. I've been looking at Mini Coopers because, honestly, yours was really nice.
Yeah, it's a fun little car.
They're cheap, and they were cool enough for me, cheap, economical car that I wouldn't feel bad driving one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, oh, and you just get like, you know, a Corolla or a Hyundai, like, because I would hate driving that.
Yeah, no, I would never say get a. I mean, Honda makes some decent cars, but not unless you're getting like older stuff from them. Like new stuff, just dead. Hyundai, I don't think they've really. I don't think any of the things have really been positively reviewed by car enthusiasts.
Not really, no.
Because really, they're the most popular one was their Veloster N, I think it was. Yeah, the Veloster N. But even that, it still just drives like a hunk of garbage.
Well, those cars are, by and large, Kias and Hyundais are kind of still built like disposable cameras.
Yeah, which is...
I'm not a fan of.
Really, yeah. Yeah, it's an unfortunate thing. I mean, unfortunately, car enthusiasts are definitely the minority, so they know what to...
In 1 second?
Yeah.
All right. And there we go. We're good. We're back again.
Okay.
Yeah. I had to swap Discord back onto the same screen that OBS was on so that I stop, so that I'm not sitting there the whole podcast like this.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, the Mini Coopers are good. You just got to be careful because, like, remember our problem that they couldn't figure out what was up? Why it sounded like a fucking Huey on start.
Yours made helicopter noises sometimes, and we never found out why. It was weird.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it didn't... That wasn't like a thing that made the car undrivable or anything. I mean,
no, it still drove perfectly fine once, you know,
it's just loud as shit.
Once you got it warmed up.
No reason.
Yeah. For the cold start, yeah. Once it was warmed up, it was fine. And if you turned it off, turned it back on, it would start up just like normal. So I have no idea. I gave up trying to figure it out. And I was like, fuck it, you know what? Not my problem.
Yeah. So I'm cold. Really cold lately.
Don't tell you, but probably should get a blanket or something.
Iron. But yeah. So I've been looking at minis. I didn't realize that minis were like $4 or $5 cheap, and I found out.
Yeah, no, they're dirt cheap.
Down in
like I think I even traded mine in with the Hummer, but I only owed like $8 on the Hummer. My Mini was, you know, the S. It had most of the nice features, so
yeah. Nah,
yeah,
pretty new minis are even cheap. Like it was 2015 for like 10. Like, oh,
that's not bad. Yeah, I think mine was 2011.
I don't know. They all kind of blend together to me. I mean, they
yeah, it's kind of like
similar,
the Wrangler and stuff because they're all about the same.
Yeah,
some minor things change. Like the center dash where the speedo is on certain higher end trim levels, they go and they turn that into a full GPS and shit like that.
Yeah, I don't need all that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let me see if I can.
So yeah, been thinking about a Mini as a daily, as opposed to a 13 mile per gallon Raptor. So.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it turns out, which I don't really think I'd want that because, like, one is really fucking small.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
Integrated GPSs are always they go out of date, like
quickly.
Yeah, like it's ridiculous, like how quickly stuff's going out of date. Even I think it was today or yesterday, Steam stopped supporting Windows 7.
I mean, I don't know that like catastrophically means anything, you know, like immediately.
It's the fact that we're pushing out old software so much faster than we used to. Because Windows 7 it's old, but it's not like...
It's not as old as me.
2009, that's 15 years? Like, that's not really that old.
No, I think our perception of what is and isn't old has changed a lot over the past few years, though.
Like, it's ridiculous. So,
yeah.
I don't know, but... Yeah. Yeah, I just went to go get groceries, and then I tried to go and redo one of my medical appointments and change their thing, but apparently they're closed. I don't know why, but they're just like, yeah, we're just gonna make this a full fucking week off. Like, goddamn, dude, I wish I had that. Like,
yeah,
I had to work Thanksgiving because where I work is always manned, and that shit sucks. And I'm like, oh, that's great.
Kind of is what it is. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't do shit for Thanksgiving anyway, so.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't mind it if I got paid more, but, you know, it's like...
Yeah, it'd be cool if the military did, like, holiday pay, you know?
It would make sense.
Advanced incentive rate, you know?
But it's like, I don't know, whatever. Yeah. So I was looking at the Century, and I'm pretty sure I'm just not going to do that one just because it's a big honker boy.
Real viable, like, daily driver for you right now.
Especially with the cost of gas.
Yeah, it's like... we talked about it. It's a big car. It's a really big car for Japan. It's like a...
medium-sized car.
Medium-sized car in America. Like, it's not bigger than a Crown Vic, but, like...
Yeah.
It's still huge for Japan.
Yeah. Plus, it's... because everything else would be more expensive, like, because we pay insurance and all that by the liter.
Insurance would be on a Toyota Century.
Because you pay by the liter and stuff like that. So, like...
Oh, Jesus.
So, let me see if I can... let me see. So
your insurance would be like 5 times more expensive just because you got a Toyota Century instead of the RX-7?
So you get different plates and all that based on like how big your car is and all that. So mine's a standard. I don't know what it would be. So I could find the annual road tax.
Ooh.
So it's a little under 5,000 cc. So, oof, God. So annually, the annual road tax would be $540.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to, I don't see what they.
Is that every year when you register it?
Yeah, you have to pay the annual road tax every, like March to May, as you pay it.
Fuck that, dude.
So, and then, 1308. So the RX-7 is half of that.
Okay.
So it's a pretty big amount. Like, the only way it can get any worse is if So they have they have 2 more increments above it. They have the
obviously for like trucks and shit.
Actually, I think so I actually read that wrong. I did the wrong one too. It's actually it's probably close to $500 because the only one above that is because this is about 5,000 cc. It goes all the way from 4,500 cc to 6,000 cc, and then anything over 6 liters is about a $250 price increase.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a bunch. Like
I'd be paying a lot of money there with my 6.2 liter Raptor.
Well, compared to the the Honda Moto Compo,
50 cc's. Do you even
50
have
cc
to?
is.
I know in America, because it's 50 cc, you don't even have to register it. That's not a vehicle. That's a toy. You don't need a license for it. You might not need a helmet, but you should definitely wear one.
No, you still need all that. But it's cheap. It's $15.
Yeah.
So it's like, yes, you do have to register. You have to get insurance, and you have to have your license. So unfortunately, I can't ride it until I get my motorcycle license. Mm. But at the same time, it's pretty fucking cheap.
Yeah. And it's a neat little thing. It's cool.
Yeah.
How many people have a Moto Compo?
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things that I won't get, ever, just because you can only get one here.
Yeah. Well, no. You could probably find them somewhere in America.
Very rarely.
One sec. I'm gonna cut open an empty can to use as an ashtray, and I'm gonna smoke a cigarette right here on camera. Right, where's me knife? Rest in peace, headphone users. Sorry about that. Lighter?
Good.
My lighter's all fucked up. Man. That's how much abuse my Zippo went through. At one point it had my name on it, and now it's just that. The other side still sort of has my name on it.
Jesus.
And yeah, it's all chipped up and dinged and shit.
Yeah. That means it's getting good use out of it.
I've had this Zippo since before I was in the Navy, so yeah.
Jesus.
The reason it took like 4 tries to light is because I have the wrong kind of lighter fluid in it. I ran out of Zippo lighter fluid. But from back in June, when for some reason my parents bought me a charcoal grill, like a little Walmart charcoal grill, and some lighter fluid. I had charcoal lighter fluid of the whole half-liter bottle of it. So I was like, I mean, that's still lighter fluid. That'll work. Fuck it. So I put that in my Zippo, and it takes it 2 or 3 tries to light, but it still works.
Oh god, I just feel like that's gonna put a weird flavor on it.
I mean, it only lights the cigarette for a second. I
guess. Not my thing, but I also stopped smoking because my team
made somebody a promise, so when I do run out of cigarettes, I will stop smoking and I won't buy anymore. So.
Well, you got the 2 or 3 packs or 4 or 5? I don't remember how many packs I gave you for Christmas.
I have half a pack of the John Players, a whole pack of Chays, and I think one more pack of Lucky Strikes, plus half of this pack. So I've got like probably 2 weeks of smoking left, depending on how stressed I get, which...
Yeah,
I don't know
that's
if
totally
I'll
fair.
end up like buying some disposable vapes again or what. Probably just for a while, just to work through my nervous habit, you know.
But, yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's
I don't feel like I'm addicted to cigarettes. You know, I don't crave them when I don't have them. They're like a boredom thing. Although when I do get stressed, I do like to smoke one, but I've always thought just more about a controlled breathing exercise than nicotine. So.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's not too bad then. It's mainly, I mean, probably a problem if you're craving it, but like
I think we are.
What's up?
Are we allowed to smoke cigarettes on YouTube? I think we are.
Really?
I don't think there's anything against smoking a cigarette on camera on YouTube. I think it's fine. People smoke cigarettes in like old Joe Rogan episodes and shit. So I mean. But anyway, it is 2024
apparently
now.
It don't matter.
Yeah. I thought about it for a minute because I was like, well, Twitch has weird terms of service, but women on Twitch with their tits out, so I mean.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm smoking a Lucky Strike, which is toasted, by the way.
They did go back on that one.
Did they roll that back?
Yeah, like a day later.
Yeah, Twitch is. I don't know what is up with Twitch. They're like.
They don't.
I understand to be taken seriously and like by their investors and advertisers, like they have to like enforce some of that stuff, but also I understand why they're not enforcing shit like that is because like probably Twitch being the gateway drug to OnlyFans is like one of the largest demographics on the platform. Is like
it's
I remember when Twitch was still Justin TV. You remember that? Like 07, 08?
I don't. I'm not going. I don't remember that far. I remember it's pretty shit.
I remember watching. It was Machinima Respawn back when like Hutch and Nanners and Sark and everybody were still there, and they did like a 24-hour a day, like 30-day. I don't remember how many days it was, but they did a challenge where they were like, we're gonna get to like. The 20th prestige in Call of Duty, like we're all gonna play like round the clock until that happens, and they streamed the whole thing on Justin TV, which is now Twitch. But that was little internet history for the younger viewers out there. That's how long ago that was. It's how long ago we've been watching YouTube and video game sort of centered content on the internet.
Like shit's absolutely fucking wild. Just how. Like I said, like how much things are progressing so fast.
Yeah, I mean, we say so fast, but like,
I guess we're just getting older.
YouTube's been around, I would say, the better part of like 15 years now. I mean, so yeah, I mean, granted, we're not like fucking Sniper Wolf. We're not like millionaires doing the YouTube thing. Some people are, obviously, but you know, I just appreciate that it's a place where you can still pretty much produce whatever you want in terms of content and upload it. I mean, that's great.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully, a lot of the people we watch do still.
Yeah, because there are a lot of people I used to watch who are just gone now. Retired, disappeared, whatever.
Yeah, like I mean, I mentioned because I mentioned yesterday when we did our little talk, but the big one was oh god, I can't think of his name. I already forgot it, but he died like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Mitten Squad.
Yeah, Mitten Squad.
He's a New Vegas YouTuber. Yeah.
Because he didn't just do. He did a lot of the Fallouts. Like he was one of the.
Yeah, he did a lot of Bethesda games. Challenge
pioneers for like challenge runs because of as he said in his videos, it isn't always to prove, like, yes, it can be done, but, like, how much of a pain in the ass is it?
Yeah, which is sometimes a lot more entertaining than can it be done.
Yeah. So it's like, that's why I enjoyed watching him. But unfortunately, he did end up passing away due to his alcoholism.
Yeah, I think complications from his alcoholism, but yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, so, like, between that and then a lot of them either disappearing or getting called out for shady practices.
Yeah, there's a lot of oddly really reprehensible behavior in like the YouTube video game community. There's a lot of weird people in that space.
It's absolutely wild. I mean, not really what I'd like to see, but you know, I can't do anything about that. Like,
there's some good stories too, though. I mean, like we were talking about another kind of New Vegas Bethesda game YouTuber we really like, Zach Hazard and Mike Burnfire.
Yeah.
They've done great, and Zach is actually married now. Married to a fan who met him through his YouTube videos. But I mean, that's still
like it is a happy ending. I'm glad that they seem happy together. Like, he hasn't changed. He's still himself. Just goofy. I mean, so like I just watched he played a few games lately that were really cool. Like, he did a gun cleaning video where he just kind of cleaned his guns on camera and just kind of got the shit on people.
That.
And then
I'll have to go on Twitch and watch that.
He's also been playing Ready or Not.
Yeah, we should. I think all of us next time we're actually playing games together again, because it's been quite a few months since we did that. I think we played Phasmo together back around like Halloween, but I mean, it's been a while since, which I get it. But, everybody's got shit going on. Everybody but me kind of has a life still, I just got schooled and nothing, so I mean,
I wouldn't even say I have a life. I have work. Like, I try and have a life, but it's just impossible on this schedule and with really a lack of people I like out here.
It's understandable, yeah. I saw you in Hannah's story.
Yeah, because she invited me out for a Christmas party sort of thing, or not Christmas party, a New Year's party. So I ended up hanging out there because I didn't have any other plans anyways. Like, I was just probably going to stay at home and drink. Like, my coworkers invited me out, and I'm like, I really just don't want to see you guys. So either way, I wouldn't have gone to hang out with them. It's just, but I did have a little bit more drink than I had anticipated. Because
a little hungover?
A little hungover and a very good ab workout overnight.
Oh, uh-oh.
Yeah,
somebody got to puking.
Yeah, so it happens. I mean,
yeah.
Not much you can do about it. Like, sometimes it just be like that.
Yeah, man. But, as long as you're not mitten squad, you don't have a problem.
No, yeah. I was never near blackout. Like, honestly, I didn't really feel drunk. I just didn't drink enough water because I'm really bad about that. That's why whenever I drink at home, I just have like one, maybe two, and they last me all night. Like, even right now, I'm doing eggnog and some spiced rum.
That's something I didn't get any of this year. No eggnog. Which, whatever. I'm fine without it, but I enjoy eggnog.
Yeah, it's like I'll enjoy it every so often, but I'm having it now just because I'm like, Like, right now at the commissary, because it's past Christmas, they're doing half off, so it's normally like $3, and now it's $1.50.
Oh, nice.
And shit lasts forever. Like,
yeah,
all of them are good till February.
It's a long time. They last longer than milk.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's good enough for me. So
every time I buy groceries, I start stressing out about shit. I gotta eat my cereal and drink this milk and use all my bread before my bread gets moldy. So it's like, the first, that's really week and a half after I buy groceries, it's just like cereal for breakfast and like a sandwich for lunch, just no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, I have to because I keep buying lettuce because I have to go on base to buy it because they don't sell lettuce out in town.
That is so strange.
They're cabbage kind of people.
Ah, yeah.
And I'm not, because cabbage is good for soup, but it's not good for salad.
I've never been into cabbage at all, really, but
it's cheap as shit. That's why it's really good for a soup. If you mix it with ham and a little bit of like those pinto beans and like the ham broth source like stuff or ham stock, like makes pretty good soup. But I don't want a soup. I want a salad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'm off the next week, so I had to buy groceries today because I want to make sure I'm all good. I need to try and fucking eat.
Yeah.
Otherwise, either I won't eat or it'll get to like, I'll spend the whole day not eating and I'll just kind of drink something, either water or alcohol, and then I'll get to like 10 o'clock and I'll be like, all right, I can't deal with this hunger anymore. And then I Uber Eats some McDonald's or whatever. Is it open still?
Yeah. I have not been eating much. I've been eating like once a day. But I think... Yeah, I didn't eat anything today, and I probably won't. Just because I'm like not hungry, and it's already almost 10 p.m. And it's like, well, in a couple hours I'll just go to bed, and maybe I'll eat tomorrow if I'm hungry.
I feel that.
I think part of that is my meds. Well, I'm just never hungry anymore. But yeah, doing pretty good on the meds. Feeling all right on those. High dosage, but we kind of need that. So
fair.
They do make me sleepy. I've been sleeping a ton. And at like weird hours too. Like for a while there, I was good. I'd fall asleep at like 11:30, and I would wake up at like 6 every morning. And I was like, this is a good schedule. And then I fucked it all up one day by staying up too late watching something on Netflix. And then now it's like, yeah, today like I woke up at like 4 p.m. and I'm like, I don't even remember when I fell asleep. So
Jesus,
it's like I don't know how long I slept, but yeah, I got a couple days to get back on track for school.
There you go. Yeah, good luck, man. Good luck. I mean,
yeah.
I will fucking probably be doing... I'm basically doing the same thing. Like, last night I went to bed at, like, 2, and then I woke up at, I think, like, 10, 11-ish.
Yeah.
2. And, like we talked about, I'm messaging, like, a bunch of girls, and some of them shoot me, like, messages, like, kind of early, and then... One of them was like, oh, it's been like 12 hours since you messaged. Is everything okay? And I'm like, fuck, I'm just sleeping. Fuck.
Yeah, I've been asleep this whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was, say a week ago, I was talking to like 3 different girls trying to get something going. And, you know, today I am talking to 0 of them. Because you get ghosted. Just happens.
It's
just what it is nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of guilty of that. I do ghost some people sometimes too, but that's typically because they are just terrible. Like, I'll talk to some of them and then they'll be like, oh yeah, hey, my rent's not going through. Do you mind helping me out? And I'm like, I'm not even gonna go and give you no. I'm just gonna ghost you. Like, like I have seen like 5 photos of you, and I'm good, dog.
Yeah, that's another sad state of dating in this day and age.
Like, I'm not here to pay your bills. Like,
yeah,
I'll pay our bills if things get serious, but until that point, you gotta figure it out yourself.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Because even the relatively hot chick I showed you a picture of yesterday, like, she's going and complaining about how she has to go and move into a new place, but she's having trouble with it because she has a dog. I'm like, oh, what kind of dog do you have? And she's like, oh, it's a beagle. I'm like, oh, great, one of those yappy dogs.
Beagles aren't always yappy.
Everyone I've met they always do that barking. I'm like, I can't.
I used to like beagles a lot when I was a kid because I read all the Shiloh books.
That's fair.
So like some of the only books I read as a kid, I read the Shiloh books.
Yeah, I just read a ton of those Jack London books. So like either the Malamute or the Husky or Wolf, whatever hybrid kind of dogs. That's why I like those so much still.
I don't think people realize like, yeah, Huskies are big, like they're big dogs, and like Malamutes are big dogs, like, but they're not as big as a wolf. Wolves are huge.
Yeah, no, I mean, the main difference is between, because Malamute's more broad and stocky.
Yeah.
But wolves are just absolutely like twice the size.
Yeah, they're just enormous.
Which is
canines.
Why they're also like, you shouldn't mix them and make wolf hybrids, because they can be good, but they always have that possibility of not.
Yeah. When you start playing God genetically, you tend to mess things up.
It's the whole reason that like wolf hybrids are not allowed in Japan.
Really?
Yeah. And if you come here with orders, you can't. There's certain dogs you can't bring here. You can't bring any kind of pit bull. So like,
that's a shame. Pit bulls are so sweet.
It's because Japanese are gonna see pit bulls through media and like news, and so they can't bring pit bulls. You can't bring any kind of Dobermans or Doberman Pinschers or anything like that. I think there's like 2 other breeds that you can't bring.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah, I mean it is just like social media and stuff like that really kills it. But when that's all you see, I can justifiably understand. Like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like why a small Japanese person would not, because if all they see is in media, like videos of pit bulls attacking people, they probably would be absolutely terrified.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it's just how it is. But most Japanese also, they only have like 3 kind of dogs here. Typically, they have their Shibas.
I like Shibas. They're very smart.
That's why I hate them. Is they're too smart. They're kind of asshole-ish.
Anything with higher intelligence possesses the possibility of being an asshole. Yeah.
So, yeah, those. Then it's like Chihuahuas and like some weird poodle kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's like mainly those 3 because they like small dogs. Because they're smaller. Genetically, they're smaller people.
Yeah, I've never been into smaller dogs.
No. There's very few small dogs I would want. Like, and even small, I say small, I would mean more medium.
Yeah.
I just like big dogs. Like Malamutes,
Big, clumsy dogs are the best, dude.
German Shepherds, Retrievers.
Yeah. Pit Bull Lab mixes.
Yeah.
I love a Pit Lab mix. They're super needy, but...
Yeah, like there's a lot of dogs I do like. I'll get one once I get out of this work schedule and out of this place.
A couple years from now, when we're finally free.
Yeah, because right now I can't. Like, I have a roommate until like not even a year from now, and then I'm back living alone, and then I'm not gonna ask my roommate to walk my dog. Like he's paying half the rent because there literally is no way I can be like, yeah, you don't pay this part. Like, no, it literally is set up as soon as he moved in to take half of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is what it is. I'm not too super worried. Like, it'd be like that sometimes.
It really do. But hey, it's a new year. Like I said, it's the same old me. I don't know who's messaging me. It's the group chat. Funny, they can be active in the group chat, but they ain't here on the pod, Now they got shit going on. It's still like holidays for them. They got families and stuff.
Yeah, they actually have, people to deal with and shit like that.
Michael got married. Congrats to him.
Oh, he did get married. Nice.
He fucked his back up. And yeah. It's weird how I found out about that. I messaged him randomly and I was like, hey man, are you all right? I got a weird feeling about you. And he's like, well, you're right. I fucked one of the discs in my back up, and I just had a nice ambulance ride to the hospital. And I was like, oh, geez. And he's like, yeah, I'll be discharged and heading home soon. But
yeah. Poor bastard.
Apparently he's doing better. So, which good, because you can't fuck around with your back, man.
No, absolutely not. Like, your back is
essential for life.
Yeah. Like, I mean, that's part of the reason my brother got out of the fucking army, was because the rucksack marches just fucked his back up.
They will. I mean, that's hard on your back.
Yeah, it's really dumb. But, I mean, he's doing better now, so.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. Like, hopefully he does better. But, I mean, yeah, between him getting married, Zach having another kid.
Yeah, Miller had his baby.
Tanner's moving to I don't know where soon.
Oh yeah, he was talking about having orders soon. I know he was looking at like Italy, but I don't know if he's doing that or coming back to Washington or going somewhere else. I don't know what he's doing.
I have no
idea.
To me much,
so.
Yeah, same. Like, I'll see him post stuff, but I don't know. I mean, as long as he's doing all right, that's all I can ask for. Can't force people to talk to you.
Very true. Communication is a two-way street. Much like respect.
So, yeah, I mean, other than that, like, just trying to keep an eye on what I want to get next for the cars. But other than that, really, there ain't shit going on.
There really ain't shit going on, yeah.
Like, I'm going to Hiroshima next week to go and eat some of the food, see some of the sights.
Hiroshima's cool. I'm not going to make a pun about the bomb or anything. I'm not going to say, like, it's a blast. Place is the bomb.
Yeah, we make tasteful jokes that are, look creative.
We don't always make creative and tasteful jokes. Sometimes we make shitty ones. I made a 9/11 joke at the beginning of this, so I mean...
Fair enough. I totally already forgot about it. I'm not going to lie to you. But
yeah, Hiroshima's cool. I've been.
Yeah, I haven't been there. I've been to Nagasaki once, but that's about it. And then, yeah, so I'm going there in January, like next week, and then in February I'm going to the snow festival up in Sapporo for like a week as well. Because that's also really pretty. Like, they build giant fucking sculptures out of ice and shit like that.
Yeah, that's cool as hell.
So, and I want to go there. I want to, like, I don't like the cold, but I want to do it at least once. Cause
yeah, I hate cold, but I would go once.
Like, I'm here for almost 5 years, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explore as much of Japan as possible while you can.
Exactly, because I highly doubt I'll come back just because it's really expensive.
Yeah.
And... yeah, so, yeah, I mean, besides that, there really isn't a whole lot. Yeah, watched something End of the World or some shit like that. It was a Netflix film with Ethan Hawke, Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. I watched that too.
It was really good until the end, and I was like, wow, it was ending stupid.
Yeah, the ending, meh. But, I mean, it was a little interesting, yeah.
Yeah, it was a very interesting premise. It was interesting for most of the movie, and then so I'm like, okay.
The ending was dumb, yeah.
Really a huge letdown.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know. There's a lot of force feeding of everybody's like a terrible person because
yeah,
I don't know.
Like there was a show I watched on Netflix a while ago, and then, again, it was a really interesting premise. It was cool. They could have done so much with it, but then they just it's called Manifest. It was about this plane that disappeared.
Oh, yeah, and then they come back.
5 years later, it landed like nothing ever happened. And then turns out it was just 4 seasons of, really, it's all about God. It's like, well, you could have done so much more cool shit with this than the God angle. But they were like, nope, it's about God. It's like that other show I watched, I finished it, but Designated Survivor.
Oh, yeah, I remember telling me about that.
Okay show. Again, neat premise, but it's like... the way I could best describe it is if right-wing people tried to make a woke political show.
Which is
just like, a lot of the things they cover in the show, I'm like, their heart's in the right place. It's just they're doing it so badly, I can tell they don't believe what they're saying. This is like the Dollar General House of Cards, It's like...
And I like Kiefer Sutherland, but I'm all good.
He was Venom Snake. But that was alright.
I mean, to me, he'll always be that vampire from The Lost Boys.
Yeah.
It's I still like that movie. I still really like that movie. It was a damn good movie especially when you look back, what else was coming out around that time. It did pretty damn good.
Yeah, man, Lost Boys is a classic. They had the Coreys in it.
Exactly. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a shame. I wish they would have done better, but unfortunately, you don't always get that.
Yeah. Mm. But, I haven't been watching too much. I watched I've been watching a lot of, British detective shows on Netflix, because we talked about this. My suspension of disbelief is very difficult to get. It's got to be a really, realistically done show for me to be okay, I can watch this. And for some reason, most of the crap on Netflix doesn't get my suspension of disbelief. I'm like, okay, well, this is a Netflix show. And, it's just okay, well, here's an artistic vision they're trying to create, and I get it, but I don't believe this, But for some reason, the British detective and crime shows are always really well done, and I believe them. It's called Marcella. It's pretty good. It's 3 seasons. Marcella. Pretty good show. Another one I watched was Criminal UK, which is another neat show. It takes all of the police work out of a police show. It is just the interrogation room. It's only that part.
Okay.
Yeah, and you think oh, that's an interesting premise. And it's well, maybe it can still be interesting and good. And it is still interesting and good. Of just that part. You see none of the investigation or nothing. It's just the interview room. Yeah, and it's because it's such a cheap show to make, and because I think they were already in Europe when they made it. They used the exact same set they built, and they just had French and German and whatever Italian actors come in, and there's Criminal UK, Spain, Germany, France, but you can watch them all in English. So I've been watching them in English because I'm basically just listening to it anyway. And it's...
Yeah.
It's an interesting show.
Hell yeah.
And then I found a podcast I really like. It's called Well, There's Your Problem. It's about engineering disasters.
Oh, yeah, the one you recommended me.
I did recommend it to you. I sent you the episode about Europe's worst airport. Which is,
I had it in my save later.
Yeah, it's somewhere in Berlin. It was finally completed 14 years and 7.3 billion euros over budget, and it's the worst airport in Europe.
That's fucking wild, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's in my watch later. I'm trying to burn it down. I have it down to 27 videos. Unfortunately, a lot of them are over an hour long. So I mean, it's better than it was, because I think it was last Christmas I was up to 200.
Oh, geez, that is a lot to watch.
Just because I was so overwhelmed by the change 12s. I would get home from work, get a shower, and immediately go to sleep. Wake up, go right to work, and
Yeah.
So, and I'd be doing that for so many days, and I'd be like, all right, I want to watch these videos. I just don't have time. So I finally burned through most of them. Like, I'm slowly burning through them, like 1 or 2 a day, which is great because I'm on leave. So especially when I'm in Hiroshima, where it'll be the same as Tokyo, where I'm walking around and I'll have an earbud in and I'll just be listening to it because it's stuff I don't have to really watch. I can just listen to.
Yeah.
Which is good enough for me.
Guys have like somewhat educational stuff. Mostly you can just listen to it, or like podcasts and things. I like podcasts because they're just great background noise.
Yeah, like the new Mike Burnfire, Best of 23, probably most of the Toxic Business, Ordinary Thing.
Oh, Ordinary Things. You know, I love his stuff, but he does not upload as much as he used to.
No, I don't know what he does. Because, yeah, I
know he made a comic.
I mean, yeah, because he did the Toxic Business one a day ago. A month ago, he did the Coup. 2 months ago, he did Satellites. And then 5 months ago, How to Make Diamonds.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's very sporadic.
Yeah. I know Internet Historian hasn't uploaded in quite a while just because of...
no, he did the wine thing.
Yeah. I mean, like an actual, like, big video from him, though, you know? And mostly that's because of the plagiarism thing, but we talked about that.
Yeah.
He did get called out by H-Bomber Guy, which... If anything, take as a mark of success. I mean, if H-Bomber Guy mentions you in a video, like, well, 120 million people have watched that video. So, I mean, but yeah.
Yeah, 12 million watched the plagiarism in YouTube video.
That 4-hour video. I watched it. All 4 hours of it.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Is like, definitely you shouldn't.
Yeah, I love his videos, too. They're great.
Yeah, it's just too long for me to pay attention to. But I mean, either way, as long as it's only plagiarism, like, and it, like, as long as bad as plagiarism is, there's no other way. If most of the stuff I wouldn't have cared about, so it's.
Well, it's just he is right. You know, there is a big problem of no one citing their sources and profiting from other people's hard work and research. You know, through YouTube ad revenue.
Yeah, but I do think that's bad. Like, but same, like, just credit them and it'll be fine. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, well, like with Man in Cave, which is the one that got claimed a couple times, it had to be redone and re-uploaded, I think, because it was just basically Internet Historian reading someone else's article and animating it and, you know, having his friends do voices and stuff for it, which I think is fine. He could have just disclosed from the beginning, like, hey, I'm reading this article. We didn't like write a script, and just basically this is me retelling this story. Go to this guy's page and check out the story he wrote. It's really interesting. I wouldn't ever read that story on my own, but I would watch that video because he is really good at finding a way to like take something like that, like a not very interesting story, and present it in such a way that, you know, captures the audience and that captivates you and makes you want to keep watching it. And sometimes it's humorous, and I like his editing style, and I think it's funny. You know, it did.
Yeah.
It's, you know, that's a great video. I'll still put that on for background noise or to watch that. You know, when I'm like falling asleep on the couch or something. Like it's an entertaining video.
Exactly, and that's really all like I really need from a fucking.
Yeah, I don't care that he did that. I don't care that. I don't feel like, to me, he hasn't lost any integrity by doing that. Where he screwed up and lost the integrity is by trying to pretend he didn't do that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, that's
slimy as fuck.
If you did it, just say, hey, we did this.
Like, or, you know, just ask the people, like, hey, can we make a video of it? We'll credit you with, you know, all of the things, like.
Yeah.
Because that's still going to get the original people something.
More traffic.
Because
more eyes on the article. Something. A writing credit. Yeah, but, yeah,
especially because
H-Bomber Guy is a solid YouTuber.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that, you know, he's calling out people, like, because it is a very shady practice when most people do digest most of their media through YouTube anymore.
Yeah.
Just because it's the easiest way to get things. Like,
well, I don't like. I'm sure I'm not in a minority here. I'm sure there's a lot of people like me, but like I don't have cable. I haven't watched like TV in pretty much a decade. Like I kind of only watch like some streaming stuff and YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or things I've definitely not pirated onto my computer. I mean.
Yeah, unfortunately, we are getting to the point where we're kind of we're returning back to cable with how Amazon Prime is now charging more money to go and keep ads off your already paid Prime.
Yeah,
like between them and Hulu and YouTube, which fortunately I pay for YouTube Premium or whatever you want to call it.
So yeah, I pay the $9 to YouTube to not see YouTube ads
just because I'm always watching YouTube.
It is completely worth it just because like every 4 years YouTube gets swamped with political ads, and like I don't give a shit about politics. I've never voted, I never will. But like, yeah, just to not see political ads on my YouTube videos, it's absolutely so worth it.
Like that's the thing. I wish they could just do we'll do ads, but we'll do ads that would, you would actually be interested in. Like,
yeah, if they'd tailor ads to me.
Like, show me the new Super Soaker. Fuck. I'd be fine with that. Like, show me some really cool vintage Super Soaker ads. That'd be fine with me. But I don't want to see half the shit they do show ads on. And also because their ads have gotten to the point where they're like, some of them are 2 minutes long.
Yeah, that's a long commercial.
So, yeah, and then you're watching a video and then halfway through it cuts to a commercial. Like, I don't want to do that, man. I'll just pay the $10. Like, that's my I do that, and I pay for a few of the Patreon, I think is what it's called, for, like, various YouTubers, because I'll do it for Seth. I do it for Seth, and I do it for Mike, Burnfire, and I think I do it for, like, one other one.
I've seen you in their credits. I think the other one you do is Indie Mouse.
I did him for a while, but he just doesn't post, like, a ton, so I just stopped. I'm like,
Yeah.
You play a lot of games. Most of them are not good anymore.
I think you had an Indie Mouse T-shirt, didn't you?
Yeah, I bought that because I do like his old stuff. I just don't really care for his new stuff because he did a video ranking every single Saw trap, and I'm like, I don't fucking give a shit about Saw.
Yeah, never get into those movies.
Like, it's just people like get off on gore, and it's like, no, I'm good, dude.
Yeah, there's quite a few cultural phenomenons that have passed me by in my time. I never got into Saw or Paranormal Activity. I remember watching in the theater the Blair Witch Project. That was a cultural phenomenon that caught me. The Blair Witch Project. At the time, the internet wasn't like it is now. Nobody knew that it wasn't real,
Oh, yeah.
Like, we were all like,
I was,
what? Hold on, is this real? Because, like, it presented itself in a way that it looked very real.
Yeah, that was,
like 1999.
That was, like, when they released Cannibal Holocaust.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the 80s, and they actually got taken to court because they presented it so well for that time and the actors made no public appearances after it was done filming, so they actually believe that the actors got killed during the movie, so they went to court and they had to go and recall the actors who were hidden throughout the United States to basically, keep everyone from noticing them. To go and be like, no, we didn't kill our actors. They are perfectly alive and perfectly fine. Yeah. It was a movie.
It's just a movie.
But like that was absolutely wild.
Yeah, that was like hardcore guerrilla publicity to do something like that. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of cultural phenomenons in my lifetime that have passed me by. Never gave a shit about Harry Potter, Star Wars, The Lord of the Rings.
They just came out with another Hunger Games, and
I've never seen any of them. Don't care.
Nope. Yeah, I was like, okay, interesting. I guess I didn't think I never saw the originals because the premise didn't interest me, but the fact that they're bringing it back, like,
I don't care.
Okay, right then.
Yeah, no, I get mostly into not even movies or movie franchises, but like really good TV shows. Like I have 3 different posters from The Americans because that was such a great show. And I mean, I love Kerry Russell. Who doesn't love Kerry Russell? She's such a badass woman in that show. Love her. And then she's in another new show on Netflix that I really enjoy, The Diplomat. I've talked about it to you guys. Mm-hmm. Really good show. She's hilarious in that. I might rewatch that probably tonight after whenever we wrap up this podcast and I lay on the couch to fall asleep again. Probably put The Diplomat on because it was a really good show. Mm-hmm. Kerry Russell's great. Kerry Russell's hot. I love Kerry Russell. They don't make women like that anymore.
Very rarely.
I think it's such a wonderful like love story too that she fell in love with and married and now has a child with her The Americans co-star who played her husband on the show.
That's good. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, when you spend that much time with someone, like it kind of makes sense.
They're an adorable couple too. They're so cute together.
Definitely makes the acting feel a lot more genuine when they are actually in love.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know. Like,
The Americans is a good show.
Definitely good. Like, I don't think I've watched too much of anything just because I've been so bogged down by trying to get my YouTube playlist down.
Trying to burn through that watch later, yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, now that one of the big people I watched decided to graduate, I'm, like, trying to download her stuff as well because she said that... she hasn't even given a date, but she had said all her videos are going to go down. And I'm like, fuck, I need to get most of them because...
I don't understand why do that.
It's because when you're like when you work under certain people, she's part of a corporation, so like
on one of those VTuber companies.
Yeah, and it's one of the worst ones. So like when they get their Google Play button or YouTube Play buttons and all that, like the company gets it, not them.
That's fucked.
So I'm just like whatever. Yeah, no, that whole company's fucked. Like another one of the big ones I watch. She spent $15,000 of her own money to make this video, and she talked about putting it up. She put it up, and then immediately it got privated because the company's like, no, you're not putting it up. So she told everybody to go and just put it up themselves. Like, fuck it, she's not gonna ever get to put it up.
Yeah,
she's just out this money.
Damn, that's a real predatory and terrible situation to be in as a YouTuber, is the VTuber space.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the worst ones to work for. I mean, everyone's pretty sure she's probably going to end up quitting and going back to her solo stuff because it was the first time she posted on her old account. And she's like, hey, yeah, I'm out this money. I think I'm going to start selling merch again for this account.
Nice.
So everyone's just like, oh, shit, she's probably going to retire soon because
independent.
I can't blame her.
Way to be.
Yeah.
Circling back to the Twitch thing and speaking of VTubers, I still watch Lyle Rath, formerly Lyle McDouchebag. I've been a fan of Lyle again since like 07, 08, original YouTube days. And he does a video gaming show called Pre-Game Discharge.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty funny. He went off a little bit on Twitch about how it's bullshit. They just rolled back their sexual standards because he was about to be the first anatomically correct dick and balls YouTuber or VTuber. Oh my God. He was gonna be just. I was like, oh man, that's an idea actually.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that'd be something.
Jesus.
Like, is it nudity if it's, you're a VTuber? I mean, it's if you're a cartoon dick and balls. Like, I don't
know.
The line?
We have to.
You gotta make Twitch make a decision. They'll probably make the wrong one.
Yeah. Which is just. I mean, I like it because it allows me to discover new content creators a lot more easily because YouTube is just. It shows you the same stuff you've always watched. Like, it's very hard to find anything new on Twitch, or on YouTube, I should say. On Twitch, it's a lot easier.
Every now and then I'll get a random new channel that I really like. Like with this podcast, I think I was watching a brick and mortar video about a ship sinking or something, and in their recommendeds below it was well, there's your problem, and it was about the same ship sinking. And the only thing that caught me, I was like, maybe. And then I looked at it, it was like, oh, it's like 2.5 hours long. Yeah, all right, I'll watch that, because I've been on break from school for a month and had literally nothing but a month of just free time to do nothing. So I've been consuming a lot of media to distract myself from my feelings. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of stuff, and yeah, that's one thing I do like Twitch for, is when they actually do archive past broadcasts or former streams, is like there's no better way to get like long form content. It's like I love like I'll watch Sark streams with APL and everything, like I wish beyond anything.
Oh man,
like, he would just take the initiative to upload his streams to YouTube himself, because it's a lot easier to watch him on the TV there than on Twitch. And I know other people upload his streams for him through like Sparky's Vault and the Sark Stream Archive and stuff. And I'm like, well, it sucks that you don't just do this, because like 2 or 3 different channels are doing it, and they're all getting pretty good views on your streams. Yeah, whether or not they're profiting from it, you could be doing the same thing. And
that's the thing, is they can't profit because it's not their content. It has to be, because otherwise Sark could sue them for basically profiting from his work.
Yeah. What did you send me here?
They just announced. So it's been announced for a while. I didn't think it'd actually be They finally announced a actual official release date for it, and based on I watched the video, and it's actually pretty intensive.
There's the London Eye.
Like, it looks like it's actually going to be it's the Fallout London mod that they've been working on for a while, and it actually looks like it has potential. Now, granted, it is on the Fallout 4 engine, which pisses me off, but
yeah, it's buggy, but
it would be a reason to actually play it, because it'd actually be something that might actually be good compared to Fallout 4, which is very
not good.
It's very bland. It had potential. They shot it to shit.
What I'm looking at here mainly, and what I'm noticing and what I like is, like, dude, how many original assets did they create just for this?
That's part of why I'm like, this actually could be good, because it's...
Yeah, I mean, you can see some of this stuff is kind of just reused from Fallout 4, but like, dude, most of London like doesn't look anything like Boston, so it's like...
Yeah, because they literally, and at 3-minute mark, they go over some of the Camden, London, Croydon, Greenwich, Hackney, like... Yeah. I'm seeing about a dozen different areas that they're going to have, and I'm like, that's insane. To have this much.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's a big mod. So, yeah, I mean, that could possibly be good. When is it coming out?
Functional subway, looks like. Oh, London Black Cab, that was cool. Boats, nice. Fallout's never really successfully implemented boats.
Yeah, they've only they did the boat city or whatever in Fallout 4. That was really fucking stupid.
Yeah, it was just based on pirate lore, Libertalia.
Yeah, it was very bland. Other than that, they've only used boats to be a fast travel system between DLC and main game. With
video games.
Point Lookout, and what was the other one? The one in Fallout 4. I can't think of it. It was shit. I know that.
It was the one with the island and shit. Basically,
it was one
Point Lookout again.
Yeah, it was Point Lookout, but with a fucking robot overlord guy.
Yeah. 1 second, I'm gonna grab another soda. Because I have a problem with addiction to soda. Doing the do, baby. Mountain Dew.
Oh
yeah,
but
Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I mean, I think that has a possibility to be good. which is sad that that's really the best way to get any Fallout.
Yeah, a new Fallout the community actually wants and enjoys. It's probably going to be a mod and not something Bethesda puts out.
Bethesda, or even the new Prime TV show they're working on, that also looks very bland. Because
I'll check it out because I like that chick. I liked her in Yellow Jackets. It's another good, super fucked up show. I forget her name now. Damn it.
Ella Purnell.
Yep. Yeah. She was pretty good in Yellow Jackets. I liked that. So yeah, I'll probably check out the show. I probably won't watch the whole show because, I mean, the makeup department, like the ghoul looks bad. It doesn't look very Fallout. Yeah. They're taking a lot of creative licenses with shit, so I'm like, I probably won't get that into this, but I'll check it out at least because I like
really more than anything. That ghoul just looks like the bad guy from that Captain America comic.
I don't know shit about comics. I was never that kind of nerd.
I was forced to watch the first one, Red Skull. Yeah,
it's not a very creative name.
Yeah, it's stupid, but I like the actor. The actor was great. He was Agent Smith, but literally same exact thing. I'm like, wow, you guys really took no creative.
Wait, he was Agent Smith?
Yeah, he's that guy.
Oh, that guy?
Agent Smith.
Oh, I thought you meant the guy in the new Fallout show, and I'm like,
no.
That guy died. Didn't he? Didn't Agent Smith die? I believe that guy died.
Hugo Weaving?
Yes.
No, he's still alive. He is 63.
Why do I believe he died?
Oh, a lot of people died.
Yeah, a lot of people died. It's been a weird year. Kissinger died.
Yeah.
That is a running joke in Ordinary Things' new video about 2023. He dresses up as death a couple times. Pretty funny. Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I don't have high hopes for that because it doesn't look that good, that TV show. Like it.
Yeah. We've talked about this a couple times. The current state of gaming and the current trend in gaming disappoints both of us because none of what's coming out is like anything we'd actually want. Like I haven't bought a video game, like a new game. Like the newest video game I've ever bought is like Cyberpunk 2077 still. Like that's the last new video game I bought. Like
yeah, I think the last new one I bought was the RoboCop game, which I'm enjoying. It's just I'm kind of burnt out on it because, like, I play that and I play Terminator Resistance, and they're both generally the same. Like, they're in their own worlds, but the gameplay is just so similar that I just kind of get burnt out pretty quickly.
There's only so much you can really do with a first-person shooter. They're all very samey. Yeah, that company makes really great movie adaptations of games. RoboCop is excellent. The Terminator game they did was very, very good. I haven't bought those games because I just didn't have the energy. I was like, I don't think I'm ever actually gonna play through these if I buy them. So rather than spend $30-$40 whatever on them, I just watched someone else play them on YouTube, which is fine. Yeah. You can do that. That's a way to experience the game without having to pay for it.
Yeah, and that's probably how I'll do it. Like, Ready or Not, that's how I'm enjoying Ready or Not, because, like, I would like to get good at it, but, like, it feels like it'd be a game you need to play with the mouse and keyboard, because there's so many buttons. So,
yeah.
I'll just enjoy it, watch other people play it, and enjoy it that way, but...
I think that game, just from what I've watched of people playing it, has, like, some balancing issues, you know?
Yeah, I think the only game I'm really, really excited for is the new Stalker game. So yeah, we'll see how that is.
For the new Stalker, and Remedy is not remastering, sort of remaking. I think, and hopefully it is, that they're remaking in like the newest engine they used on Alan Wake 2. It would look amazing, is Max Payne 1 and 2. Which is fine with me because I've never considered Max Payne 3 to be canon. And yeah, Max Payne 1 and 2 had just an excellent atmosphere. They had a great aesthetic and good vibes, you know, neo-noir kind of in the genre of neo-noir, sort of that Michael Mann, Miami Vice, you know. Yeah, neo-noir. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hope they don't like babyfy the games and nerf them down and make them easy now. I hope they're still really difficult, because Max Payne 1 and 2 were not easy video games. They were hard.
Yeah, no, they were definitely like, they were meant to be hard, which is, I mean, it's fine. Like, that's as long as it's a fair fine, like hard, because some games are just unfair. You turn up the difficulty, and all it does is it makes
the game bullet sponges.
Yeah, which is really like I'm working on Resident Evil 3, and I got to play through it multiple times, because every time you play on the hardest difficulty, you unlock a new harder one, and you have to do that twice. Which, whatever, I can beat it in an hour at this point. Like,
yeah.
The Resident Evil 3 remake is more of a DLC, and they even said that, and which is why it's bullshit that they charge so high. But I'm on the final boss, and you have to use the weapon they give you only in that little mini area, and then you shoot it once, and then you have to go and push all these things in to basically make it shoot again.
Flip all the breakers and railgun it again. Yeah.
Yeah, but so what they do is pump the difficulty. They make the boss hit you in a way that you get hit, you get knocked down, and then he hits you again while you're down. And because you're down, you can't dodge, so you literally just get one shot.
Yeah,
and then you have to go.
Cheap.
And it's like,
that's cheap.
It's just
very.
It's very annoying. I think I tried it for like an hour, and I just gave up. I'm like, this is stupid. I'm just gonna mod it to go on, because I've beaten the rest of the game. I'm not going to go and waste days of my life just trying to go and do this one single fight.
Yeah. You as the developers have made bullshit.
Yeah. It's not fun. It's not even hard. It's because there is nothing I can do. You have a window. You can dodge.
The game is rigged.
So, but like once you get hit once and you're down, like it instantly kills you. And you have to push in 4 of these things. And I can't even get to the second one, because I shoot him for the first one, push the first one in, and then he immediately starts going haywire, and then I die. So I'm like, all right, whatever, I'm done. So, yeah, like that kind of unfairness is not okay, which is part of the reason I'm really worrisome about the new Stalker, because the old Stalkers were hard, but they were pretty fair kind of hard. I'm worried that either they'll make them really easy, or they'll just change the game in a way that it won't feel the same as the old ones did.
Yeah. Once again, though, Stalker, all 3 of those are games I have a lot of respect for, but I do not own and have not played. Part of that is because they look very difficult. Also, I think they're pretty notoriously difficult to make run properly and well. And
yeah.
Haven't already done that by mods with like my emulators and New Vegas and like even Cyberpunk with my like I an American Truck Simulator to no end. Like,
yeah.
I just don't want to dive that deeply into something again. But I have happily watched some YouTube creators who cover Stalker content. I've watched people play through all of those games. I've watched lore breakdowns and well-versed on the zone and the history and Straylock. And I loved the movie Stalker. Great movie.
I like the book. I read the book that it's all based on.
Yeah.
Yep. That was a pretty good book. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Like, speaking of mods, like that's the reason I don't. But I think the last time I played, so I played Fallout 4, and then I think I put in about 20 mods, and even with those mods, I knew it wasn't going to be fun, so I stopped. But because I'd like to go and do Fallout New Vegas again, but the amount of mods to make it feel up to date, and then do various mods to make them all work together, it just gets overwhelming. So I do like modding games. It's just once you get to that level, it just takes too long. I think I did it. I tried, because I found a list that was about 100 some mods for New Vegas to make it feel very modern, give it a lot of different changes to make it just more livable. But I think it was in like, spent 3 straight days of just downloading mods, waiting for them to download, installing them, and all that. And I just got burnt out. Like, I didn't even play the game. I was just, I was so burnt out. I was like, nah, I'm done. And I uninstalled all of my. It just was too much.
Yeah, I haven't even. The only game that's gone from what I'm now referring to as my laptop era to my PC era so far with all of my mods is Cyberpunk. Like, I haven't even downloaded the games for New Vegas or Truck Simulator, and I've made zero attempt to port over my mod folders and try to make shit work, because I'm like, that is so much work. That's like 3 full days of work to make the game work like it did on the other computer. It's like, I don't want to do that.
It's just too much, man. You get burnt out.
It'd be so much downloading too. Like, that would nuke my Xfinity speed for the month probably if I downloaded all of my mods for those 2 games again.
Yeah, like, I would love to go and do it eventually. Maybe in, that time between me getting out of Navy and me getting a job again. But until that point, I just can't. Like, even with this time off, I don't want to do that. Like,
yeah. Having the energy to put forth the effort to really do something anymore is a difficult thing. And I don't know if it's because I've been depressed for so long. It's because I'm just getting older. I just don't care about some things as much as I used to. Like, I don't know. But,
it's a pain in the ass.
So another thing that I do watch on YouTube a lot, is people play Factorio. And I'm like, I'll watch people play this, but I could never play this. I could never invest myself enough to learn enough about this game to actually be able to play it. So I'll just watch other people play it.
Yeah, I feel that way with, Neo Scavenger.
No idea what that is.
That Seth did a video on it, and it looks really interesting, because,
if Seth did a video on it, you probably need, Adderall and autism to play this game.
Yep. Yeah.
I'll happily watch Seth's videos and other people play them, but I'm not going to play games like that. I can't.
There was that one, and there was another big one he did that I was like, damn, that looks like Caves of Quad.
Yeah. I've seen Johnson play that a lot, and Johnson's got the kind of brain that he could play games like that. He's like a programmer and shit. So I'm not that way.
No, they look like a ton of fun. I don't have that kind of tism, bro.
My tism,
I can spend 3 hours a day playing video games. That's about it. I just get burnt out.
Yeah, well, I have that kind of tism, just not for stuff like that. My tism is about old race cars and shit, It's like I don't. No, that's not useful. Sorry.
Yeah. So no. Other than that, the only other big games we had talked about the Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines 2, but the whole charm of the old one was that
it's jank.
It was jank. It was a meme kind of game that just kind of took off. But now they're developing an Unreal Engine 5, so I don't think it'll have the same charm. Yeah, because everything will work properly.
Charm when it's done right,
So, but between that, and then the only other big one was that they're coming out with remasters of the old Tomb Raider games.
Oh, that'll be neat.
So, which is good because they're not remakes; it's just new graphics on an old engine, which is totally fine with me. That's why I still like the Resident Evil 1 remaster. They call it a remake, but everything about it screams remaster. There wasn't a whole ton of changes. What I consider a remake, what they did to 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, if they were doing that with the old Tomb Raider games, as a collection, I'd probably buy that. I remember playing those games on the PlayStation 1.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is it's a remaster, so it's just going to be graphical changes, which is fine. I'm okay with that.
I'm not going to play those then.
I mean...
I'll watch somebody else do it, but I won't spend the money on that.
I mean, if you want to play the old ones, they're already on Steam.
I know. I could just emulate them. I have emulators. I can just go download them for free.
Yeah, it's just then with emulators, you got to go and get the controller and all that kind of shit working. Compared to you go on Steam and you probably just buy them.
With PCSX too, I've got that mostly figured out.
Let's see which ones I even have.
Yeah, I have.
Oh yeah, no, they're
74 like, PS2 games on my computer in my emulator.
Yeah, because they're like $5 for the old Tomb Raider games.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. There's no problem with them living in my head as nostalgia. Me remembering them how I think they were when I was a kid. And if I go back and play them, it'll ruin the nostalgia.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'll give them a shot because that'll be one of the few games I'm kind of looking forward to. Because like there's some JRPGs coming out, but I have a ton of JRPGs I still haven't beaten. I don't really want to buy more. They just take too long.
JRPGs I'm really into anymore are the Yakuza games, and they're not traditional JRPGs, as you well know. You've seen me play them, but I'm not even into the Yakuza games that play like a JRPG. I prefer the ones that play like a beat 'em up. I've seen 7. I don't own 7. I don't want to buy 7. No, I am not in favor of the RPG switch from the beat 'em up. I'll still buy and play all the beat 'em up style ones.
Well, yeah, they just came out they came out with the man. Yeah.
Yep.
And then they're doing another one this year in January 26th.
Yeah, that's another RPG style one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It literally says it's following Kiryu again as well.
Is it Infinite Wealth?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's going to be RPG style, and I'm not into that. That's a no for me, dog.
Means whatever. Not my kind of game. They're, like I said, those kind of games take too long for me.
Well, they're a great time waster for me.
Yeah.
Burn through like 11 podcasts in the background while I play through them.
That's fair. That's fair.
And unlike everyone else, I play them the correct way, with the Japanese language and subtitles.
With the Russian language and Portuguese subtitles.
Hard coded, like a bad cam rip from a theater.
Exactly. It's the only way to play shit.
That's how. What did we watch that way on deployment? Shit, somebody. Oh, it was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh Jesus.
It was like just in theaters out, and somebody in one of our port stops downloaded. I think it was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I don't know, but somebody had downloaded a sketchy file of it, and it was in like 360p. It had like hard-coded Bulgarian subtitles that you couldn't turn off, and every 30 minutes it would cut the video and it would play a commercial for some like sexy whale crypto website called like orca88.com. It would do that every 30 minutes, and it became an experience to make it through the film. And I remember watching it on deployment in the lounge with Chris probably like 3-4 in the morning one night after my watch, or maybe it was when we were tail dry and I didn't have to be there for my whole watch, because when you're a TC and you're tail dry, it's like you check in once an hour and you're like, hey, is anything on fire? And your Oto's like, no. I'm like, cool,
all right,
I'll be in the lounge again if you need me. You don't have to come get me. You can just call me on the sound powered phone. I'll come in.
Like, Jesus.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That's a hard pass for me, dog. God.
Now I still enjoyed the movie. Even in those circumstances, I still enjoyed the movie. That's why I was like, hey man, all the praise it gets, this movie deserves it, because I watched it under the worst possible circumstances and I still really enjoyed it.
God.
That was the same deployment where Halloween happened.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
So it was Halloween, and I'll just name names. Fuck it. Noble made these posters for a Halloween movie night where they were gonna watch like some horrible ass scary movies and like have candy and drinks in the lounge, and I was going to be on watch and not there for it anyway. But again, probably like 3-4 a.m. The tiredness is setting in. Me and Sock Tech Chris are laughing about everything, like dumb shit, and I put my hand over the O and I look at him and I go, Halloween. And we laughed for like 25 minutes about it. And then somebody took a Sharpie and colored the O, because it was white letters on a black background. So somebody took a Sharpie and just colored over the O, so it just said Halloween. And we laughed about that for like 35 minutes straight because we were retarded.
Yeah.
But then that turned into a whole thing where the event's canceled because everybody wants to disrespect the work I'm doing for MWR. And we're like, it's not even that. It's not even like that. It's nothing like that. It's literally just we are retarded and thought Halloween was funny.
Yeah, I was like, I don't understand, like, the work you did. You mean planning a movie night with candy? Like, dog, I can do that in 5 minutes.
Yeah. And then the same deployment where I kept making memes with, like, in Paint with, like, pictures of submarines that we had from intel briefs. Like, I put a face on, I don't know, I think it might have been a Shang or a Jin. Like, I put a face on it, and I gave it kawaii eyes in a little speech bubble that said, like, "Raid me, senpai, ooh," and, like, I hung them up in the sock, and it would be, like, every week I'd make a new meme and hang it up. And, like, nobody tore them down. Nobody got sick of it. Nobody got pissed. They were just, like, got to the point where people were like, "What are you going to make for the meme this week?" I'm like, "I don't fucking know, man. Whatever I can find and make funny."
Yeah.
Yeah. And then actually on Halloween, we did have a movie marathon. It's the same. We still joke about it. Every Halloween, he'll message me and he'll be like, "Hey, man, don't forget to watch Moneyball, The Outsider, and only the middle hour of Hobbs and Shaw." And I told him, I was like, "Dude, not only am I going to do that, I already have a downloaded file where it's edited that way. It's Moneyball, then The Outsider, and then only the middle hour of Hobbs and Shaw. It's all one video."
Oh my God.
And I do. I watch it every Halloween because for some reason on that deployment, we watched Moneyball like 4 or 5 times. And like we found it hilarious. There's a scene in Moneyball where fucking Brad Pitt's daughter is like telling him, like, "Don't worry, Dad. Everything's going to be fine." He's like, "What? Do I look worried? Why am I worried? You're about to get on a plane. Those things crash all the time. You should be worried." And I'm just like, what the fuck is this movie? I thought this was about baseball. And like, The Outsider was like Jared Leto's attempt to be Ryan Gosling in a movie where he like barely speaks, and you know he looks like literally me like the whole time. But The Outsider is great. It's about a white guy who joins the Yakuza in Osaka in 1950. It's great. I love it. That chick in that movie is hot as shit. You can see her butt.
I'd say it's probably the best movie he's been in besides the one where he's a drug addict.
Well, the best movie he starred in, certainly, because he's been in as a minor character in some great movies. He was in American Psycho and he was in Fight Club, but those.
Oh yeah, I always forget that he was in American Psycho.
Yeah, he's.
Fight
is he
Club,
Paul Allen?
Sure.
I think he was Paul Allen.
Requiem for a Dream. That was a movie.
Requiem for a Dream. That is a fantastic movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, I didn't hate The Outsider. I liked it. It was aesthetically pleasing. It was a good vibes movie to watch. And yeah, we watched. Yeah, I don't know. And it was like, yeah, like if it was like after midnight and you came into the lounge, like it would be me and Chris, and we'd be like, we're like the programming guides for the lounge on, you know, night watches. So it'd be like, "What are you guys putting on?" I'm like, "I don't know. We're going to find something to watch."
Jesus.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just, you know, the situations you find yourself in on the ship on deployment when normal societal rules don't apply. And it's like, well, you know, I mean, it's hard to explain to people who haven't been there, haven't experienced it. Like, it's a different world on the boat than it is on land. Like, it's a whole different world out there, man. We're on our own planet, surrounded by nothing but water. It's like it's just us. We gotta all get along, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's the thing is like the things that set you off so much easier.
Yeah, but I mean, just like it depends on like, who you are as a person.
Like a fish in front of the chief.
What?
I told Lee next time he ever did that, I would fucking gut him like a fish in front of our chief, and then I just slammed the door and walked away, and nobody said anything because they were like, "Okay, we're just not going to do that again."
Yeah. Yeah, some outlandish shit gets said on deployments. That's why we always kept the dog log. Yeah, I'd love to know what happened to the dog log. I think I'm in there like 75 times. I was always saying off the wall shit.
Yeah, I know mine because they kept one for just the shit I said because I was on the overnight watch, so I'd always be tired and I'd always just say off the rail shit. Yeah, so they made a log just for the stuff I said, and then they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna delete this before it becomes incriminating to you."
Oh no, we had a physical book. We had like a green log book that we kept on top of the stacks.
Yeah, no, they didn't. I wasn't awarded a physical one. I just got the digital one.
Yeah. Yeah, deployment's a different world, man. The things that set you off do set you off way easier, but it depends, like, kind of what kind of person you are. Are you looking to be set off, or are you looking to like keep everybody happy and get us all through this? I was always all about morale. You know, I did some things solely for plot development on deployment just to keep everybody entertained. You know, and that's like, you know, somebody's got to be that way to, you know, because like it's hard on everybody. It's not just hard on you.
Oh yeah,
we're all in this together. You know, this is our house. We all live here. Shit. You ain't getting off. I mean, you can get off. You're probably gonna die, but
I mean, you can get off. You just have to, you know, break yourself.
Yeah. But yeah, I was always looking to try to keep spirits up and morale high and make everybody laugh. That's why I always brought as many hard drives as I did and shared them around. And every time I was on the effective, I'd link up with Bobby and we'd like download a ton of shit for the media server and like a bunch of new shit.
Yeah, we only had that for the first deployment. After that, they were never had them again. So it was, you know, you had to pass them around and shit.
Yeah. And
I would do that for a little bit, but like after a while, I'm like, nah, you have it for like 3 days. Like you don't need it for 3 days. You need it for a night to get everything you need and then give it back. Yeah.
Well, at one point, I discovered that on my phone, I could, if I timed it just right, I could refresh the page and thumb the video, and I could download videos from Pornhub. So then, for like 3 days in White Beach, like I was the porn guy, and because I have like a 2 terabyte SD card in my phone that I definitely didn't borrow from the Navy. So I became the porn guy for like 3 days in White Beach, and then I managed to get all that onto a hard drive off my phone, and then I was taking requests. I was like, who wants what? Just name it. Make me a list.
No, then I would have gotten some weird fucking requests, and I'm all good on that.
Hey, everybody understood, you know, like, make me a request. Whatever you're into. I don't judge it. I'm not judging. But, you know, write me a list. Once I've downloaded what I've downloaded, I'm going to burn that piece of paper. So there's no evidence. And then you take what you want off the hard drive, you know. Fine.
Yeah, nope. But thankfully I don't have to do that again. I'm all done.
Yeah, I'll never be on a deployment again, which is excellent and fantastic because that last one very nearly killed me. But
yeah,
I do miss some things about being in the Navy, being in CERTAS, being on deployment with, you know, a lot of my friends, seeing cool people. Like, Chris isn't even a SOC tech anymore. Like, I got to meet SOC tech Chris. He's a great friend. Oh, I remember Chuck and I bought him gifts on Veterans Day.
Oh, no.
We got him like a I love my veteran or I heart my veteran like lanyard for his credentials and like a keychain, and I think we got him something else, and he took it like a joke, but he's like sincerely touched that like, we got him gifts and like we thanked him for his service. And he's
Jesus.
So many like jokes I'll carry for life happened on that last deployment where I nearly killed myself.
Yeah, no. Nope.
Then I came home and my life fell apart. And I've never put it back together since then. It's been 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, it'll come back together slowly. It just takes time with how fucked up it was.
Well, it'll never go back to being what it was, but it'll turn into something new and something different, which is fine.
Yeah.
It needs to be hopefully something new and different. Where's my mouse? There it is. Yeah, which is fine. Eventually it'll turn into something else. I mean, hell, we're only, 2 years now until you and I moved to North Carolina?
Yeah.
That's all a new chapter.
Yeah, it's literally 2 years because, hopefully by 2 years I'll be fucking in the States because I'm trying to take my 60 days of terminal leave.
I think that's the most you can take. That's how much I took.
Yep. Yeah. Well, mainly I have to make sure I have enough leave in the books, and then I need to tell them soon enough, and then I need to basically plan for pack out and all that kind of shit. But
hell yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing. As long as I, A, don't get any pets here, it makes it a lot easier. And 2, if I don't buy a car I want to take back to the States, that also makes it easier.
Well, I recommend you don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't get a vehicle you want to bring back. Except the Motocampo. You can get one of those. You can ship that here.
Well, no, I can't because of the weight. USPS only does up to 70 pounds.
What about like DHL?
That I haven't looked. But honestly, if anything, I would just fucking have it shipped with my housing goods. Like, that's not that big a deal.
Yeah. Well, it'll be cool. Yeah, it's only a couple years from now. And in the interim, I'll be bored. I'll be in school. I'll be trying to date shitty women who suck. To kill time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what it is. That's life. Whatever.
So, yeah, I mean, other than that, it's really just kind of keeping an eye on everything. Like, I'm keeping an eye on the Facebook Marketplace to see what cars are, available and shit like that. Because even if I ship the RX-7 back, I don't really plan to drive it when I get back to the States for a bit. I'd rather have it all fixed up and shit.
Well, there's a lot of things I'll be able to do to it once it's here to, fix it.
Yeah, but I'd just rather take out the rotary and put a different engine in. That way it's dailyable without a lot less hassle.
The LT1, yeah, I could do that too if you wanted to.
That's up to you. I'm not going to force you to, because I know how much work it's going to be.
Not too much. It could be worse, but the only thing is I would want to rebuild the LT1 and do a very nice job of building it better than GM did. Certainly better than GM did 30 years ago, and now it's a 30-year-old engine. To go through and refresh and everything, and then I do still want to make it look like factory correct, like Mazda somehow built this with a Camaro engine in the 90s, and I don't want it to be like ridiculous. It's not going to be like a track car. It's not going to have like loud ass headers and shit. It's going to still sound daily drivable.
Yeah, that's all I need from it. But yeah, I'm not too super worried. Like, it can wait because that's the reason I'm also not trying to get a car is like here, because I'll spend that money and I won't sell the car, because even if I get a car here, I can at least sell it for a little bit, and then so that'll just be the goal, is just kind of get something cheap, reliable, and then when I get back to the States, just buy something else, because it's just gonna be easier. Trying to make it as easy as possible to get back to the States.
Yeah, just settle in and get life going again, and then go from there.
Exactly. Like, try and take my 2 months of terminal. Like, thankfully, I only have to keep 30 days on the books by that point, because I'll get 60 for that. So as long as I use either only use that for whenever I go on leave for that last like year or whatever. Like, just keep 60 on the books to the point where that'll be all I have, you know, when I get out.
See if I'm still living the exact same place by then, which I imagine I will be because I hate moving.
That's fair.
You know where to put the address down to ship all your stuff, and then I'll pick you up at SeaTac.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'll be driving, but I'll pick you up at SeaTac.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, hopefully by that point I'll have found a car that will make sense to be cross-country road tripped. And then just buy that and then kind of get some paperwork in my name. That way, day one, I can fucking put the car in my name and register insurance and all that stuff. That way I can, you know, be human again rather than somebody that needs to be chauffeured around.
Yeah.
Because that's really like the big hassle is I got to get paperwork in my name. That way I can prove I live somewhere in the States. Because I'm not about to go and try and buy a car and register for an address and shit back in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's just a pain. Even like it is doable, and a lot of people do it, but to like convince the DMV you call to do it is such a pain because they're real salted either Midwest people who don't understand that there are other countries out there. So it's difficult to tell them like, hey, I need to register this car here. Like, okay, well, where is the car? Well, it's with me in Okinawa, but I'm in the military and I live there. So
yeah, like I'm in the military. Like I kind of need this.
Yeah,
you know? But I don't know. It's whatever. Like I'll figure it out as it gets closer. I got still a few more years yet. Like I know this year last year I got what I need to do to ship or to email the Washington DMV. That way I can get my license renewed. Which is basically I just have to ship, or not ship them, but I have to email them my copy of my orders and all that kind of stuff, which is a bit more of a pain because I got to email my orders and my extension paperwork.
Oh, that's
saying like, hey, I will be out here for fucking ever. So,
but hey, that's all doable. We'll get it all done eventually, and hopefully, I don't know. Soon we'll have more. At the very least, we'll have more podcasts like we used to. I don't know if we'll have more like video game content or anything going up on the YouTube, but we're back.
Yeah.
Took a little break for the holidays, unintentionally, depression, whatever. We're back.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like, I'll have to
pills now.
Really just restart the game that I was playing.
There's some I never finished, but I mean, they got like 25 views. Like, nobody's fucking watching them anyway, so whatever. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of our stuff is just very low view just because
we're new.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, we'll get more vids and views and stuff once we get, back to the States and have car things going on. Because, I mean, like, hell, if you look at, what's his face? That, whatever he's doing to that 911.
Oh, Tony Angelo putting the LS in the Porsche.
Yeah. So, like, we'll have more once, we do that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not into Porsches. I don't really like LS engines, but I get it.
Like, I like Porsches. I think LS engines are very bland. Like, it's a bland fucking engine to swap.
It is a very, nowadays, basic thing to do.
So,
yeah,
it is what it is. But, yep. So, I mean, hell, even if because, like, you look at Throttle and, like, they keep doing we surprised this person with their dream build. Like, we could just do that for ourselves.
I surprised myself with my dream build.
Be like, Santa got me a gift. Like, Santa got me a gift in July. That kind of shit. Like, pretty fucking easy to do. That kind of stuff.
Yeah. Or if all else fails, I'll run away to the Philippines.
I guess that's true.
Yeah. You can come too. Shit, we'll open a bar.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I've lived in another country long enough. I kind of want to go back to the States.
Yeah. I think you'll find though, like not much has changed here, and it's still.
Oh yeah,
it still sucks.
But I'm not trying to stay in Washington. I'm trying to go back to
East
East Coast.
Yeah.
And make good money.
That'll be nice. Being back east will be nice. Making good money will be nice. Which I can make good money anywhere being a machinist. So
yeah, so, I mean that's the thing is like you can go wherever you want to because the money's everywhere. But I'm kind of centralized into certain areas.
Right, and I'm happy to be there with you, bud.
I appreciate it. I mean,
it'll all work out. Always does.
Yeah. I hope so. Yeah.
Well, all right. Hey, that was Happy New Year. We're back. That was almost 2 hours. I mean, that's yeah. I don't have anything else to talk about. I don't know if you do either.
I'm all good. That's pretty much all I got.
All right. Well, love you, bud.
We'll cut it here. Love you, fam.